From Julio Cruz and Gaylord Perry to Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds to father and son back-to-back bombs. From Junior J, Joey, and Edgar with Randy, A-Rod, Dan, and the Sheriff to Ichiro Moyer and Mikey C to King Felix, Kyle Cruz, and Cano to the present with Julio, Gilbert, Kirby, and Cal. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. My, oh my, it's yet another sports podcast. We got our super producer, Indy, down in Nashville, Tennessee. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services bringing our show to life. Gotta give a shout out to the homies in the live chat. Tyson Baxter, I see ya, bro. Y'all know one of the greatest 12s in the all of Pacific Northwest. Sam, how you doing, man?
Doing great. How about yourself, Tiz?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing fantastic, bro. I'm a little bit bummed out right now. And I think Major League Baseball needs to take a huge page out of what the NFL does, because once we get to the new league year in the National Football League, Sam, it's absolutely on, bro. We got 3 major trades. All the teams that really want to try to get to the Super Bowl here in the 26-27 season, Sam. Talk to me about Max Crosby from the Seahawks perspective, and also for our homie Tyson. What do you think that does for the Ravens? Because it's definitely get it now type of move, clearly.
Yeah, I think it smells of desperation. I mean, they know their time with Lamar is kind of coming to an end here as far as him being as dominant as he usually is with his legs, and it's kind of now or never for him. And their defense fell off pretty hard last year, so I think they're trying to regain a little bit of what they had and try to hit while the iron's hot, while they have their quarterback as good as he is. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad we didn't offer up that. I mean, those big swing trades that we've made in the past, I mean, we've gave up a lot and didn't get much. And so it is what it is. I mean, he would have been a great player here, but it's not a huge loss in my opinion. I would rather have the draft capital and not give up 3 first-round picks and whatever the hell it would have had to be to equal what the Ravens gave up, because they gave up the 14th pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I mean, here's the thing, Sam. It would be impossible for the Seahawks to pull this off, because I wanted to go and figure this thing out, man. Because I understand the frustration. I wanted Max Crosby at a certain price. The Seahawks could never get into the same ballpark as Baltimore, Sam. What the number 14 pick means to the number 32 pick, Sam, and Jimmy Johnson's famous draft pick valuation chart. The Seahawks have 4 picks this year. They could have used all 4 of those draft picks to try to equal just the 14th pick, and they still would have been a 3rd rounder short, Sam. They still would have been a 3rd rounder. Like, just to equal pick 14 at number 32, we would have had to have 0 draft picks in this upcoming draft, and we'd still be a late 3rd short. Plus, they put on the 1. And so I want to spin this just in the Las Vegas perspective, and for teams in general, it's actually really, really smart business to not panic at the trade deadline and save money and wait until you see what the draft pick actually becomes. Because if they just went for generic first-round pick from either Seattle, which we know Seattle made some hefty offers, they stayed disciplined, they were willing to pay Max the money, and 14 versus 32 is the difference of an entire draft haul right now. Yeah. So teams need to take note on what Vegas did, because it was a shrewd move on their part. But congratulations, you said it, man. Lamar Jackson, and we don't know about running quarterbacks, man. My man Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Mike Vick. We've seen these running quarterbacks kind of fall off a cliff. We might see Jalen Hurts possibly diminishing his powers if he's not able to run the rock anymore. So capitalize when the window's here. And speaking of capitalizing, Sam, I see that Super Bowl champion hat, man.
Yes, sir.
So good to be champs. It is good to be champs.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, yeah, man. It's been fucking awesome. I have a 3 hat rotation of the Super Bowl hats, and Still getting my swag coming in week by week here. I get my Worry jersey, I think, next week too. So pretty pumped about that.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay, so I see Tyson B. Let's talk about it. So when you have an amazing wife like I do, I'm
Yeah.
like a little kid right now, and I refuse to pop the Super Bowl 60 balloons. And she says that they can only stay in my office. They cannot be anywhere else in the house, but I am not getting rid of these until they naturally deflate. The Super
They
Bowl
won't.
balloons are going to
They'll be there
live
for
behind
years.
me.
Yeah.
Holla,
Yeah. I
holla,
still have
baby.
those type of balloons from Tay's birthday last year, and they're still kicking just as good as they were last year. So yeah, man, they'll be there for a while. Those are
Hits on
pretty
deck.
awesome balloons.
Everyone knows I'm a huge Ken Walker fan. I think that it is almost
Not
99% certainty he's not on the ball club next year.
We
And
are
I
no
can
longer
respect this
on his
decision. And
Instagram.
Sam, I'm going to just say this from my perspective. John Schneider's showing extreme discipline because for
Mhm.
me, I've been saying for 3.5 years, we shouldn't be in the business of extending Ken Walker. He has an incredible run down the stretch, but you got to stay within the budget, man. And where would you rank Ken Walker in your opinion?
Well, he's up. I
Are we
mean,
going to just have to move on?
well, yes, but he's still up there in the people I would like to re-sign. But for
Okay.
15 million, I mean, I'm hearing he might get 15 plus 15, 17 per year. We can't do that. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah, I would love to have him back. He's a great Seahawk, great guy in general. Yeah, man, but we can't do that. Like, no, we the cost of like replacement and everything. We can get someone that can do a damn good job for a lot cheaper and spend that money more wisely elsewhere. Like, I'll take Kobe over him right now with the price tag. That's being
Well,
spent.
and it sounds like Kobe Bryant might be back, but I want to get on something, and this is like in a positive spin on things here, Sam, is the running game was really struggling early. I believe 3 of the first 6 games we rushed for less than 90 yards, man. Like really
Mm-hmm.
struggling early in the season. Then we got really good as the season wore on. We were freaking awesome running the rock throughout the playoffs in the Super Bowl. But we need to give a ton of credit to the offensive line. They're all young players, they're all improving players, all homegrown players. And like we mentioned, Sam, the individual play and also the camaraderie and the team chemistry aspect of the O line improved so much that it leads me to believe that as important as Ken Walker is, they got to move on. And once again, it's all about the O line. If you don't got an O line, I don't care who you got back there toting the rock.
And the running backs coach, man. Once we changed the running backs coach, it was night and day difference. They're hitting the hole different. So yeah, I mean, I think we can find someone that can step in this offense and tote the rock pretty well until Sharps comes back. And you can't forget about McIntosh, dude. He's explosive. I like Kenny.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And Halani, I mean, he is what he is. He's pretty okay, but he's not nothing to write home about. But I think McIntosh has some spark. I like him.
Well, George Trelawney's perfect in his role. He's a hell of a third down running back. I don't really want him to have to go any higher on the depth chart, man. You know, Boye Mafe, like it really hurts me that we got to let him go, but he is a guy like we can find ways to replace him, Sam, within the
Yeah.
value free agent market, within the NFL draft. And although it's pretty well documented, people aren't super high on this draft. I think there's so many good edge rushers. I think there are so many good cornerbacks that the Seahawks should be able to replenish, if not maybe improve for Wolen and Boye Mafe.
Yeah, for sure. The draft is kind of seeming to lack real top end talent, like star power. But I mean, you can
Yes.
get some damn good starters in there that can be a good contributor to your team. And so, I mean, it's a deep draft in cornerback and defensive end, I believe it is. And I think there's
Oh,
some
I
good
love it.
offensive linemen in there too. So I kind of want that mullet guy, that guy Well, I forget his fucking name, but yeah, that guy with the
Jennings
mullet.
Dunker, man. Don't let the mullet fool you, because this guy can play. Jennings Dunker
Yeah.
can play, man, and he was offensive tackle. Sam, you know me well, brother. You know where I want to move Dunker. You know where I
Yeah.
want to put him. Put him
Yeah.
in at right guard though, because the agility is there, the nasty, the
Mm-hmm.
power. He would be a
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. And okay, here's the thing: people are going to 64. It might be a little rich for him, but he's not going to make it to 96. So this is where you got to make those decisions. It is so much harder to draft at the end of the round because you always have to consider, okay, put it like this, Sam. Seahawks are drafting 32 this year. If they wanted Mafe, Derek Hall, or Ken Walker, those guys would all have to be a late first round pick because they're not going to make it to the end of the second.
Yeah, I don't know that I've been hearing that the mullet guy Dunker he might be falling to the third even. Like that's a couple
He
of the
sure
rumors
could,
I've
Sam.
heard.
But
Yeah.
offensive tackles, when there's runs, they just go. They
But
just
he's
go.
not really being projected out as an offensive tackle too much, in my opinion. I mean,
Okay.
he's more of a put him inside and kind of guy. So yeah, I've been hearing day 3, late day 2, kind of a pick for him. That's what the rumors I've been
Okay.
hearing, at least.
Okay. Well,
That's the
let's
case. Get
let's
him.
think about this, man. I'm seeing, from hits on deck, and I'm seeing some of these guys like Shaheed. We all kind of see Shaheed as a little bit of a luxury, and especially if he's up to $18 million, bro. But y'all know I am pounding the table for Tyquan Thornton. I am pounding the table for Tyquan Thornton at he's only age 25, Sam. He basically did nothing in New England, but New England was terrible the 3 years he was there. Last year for the Chiefs, Sam, Tyquan Thornton averaged 23.1 yards per catch on 19 catches. I feel there's a lot more in him. He was the 50th overall pick for a reason. He ran a 4.28 40, and that matches up with 23 yards a catch. This guy is not going to be as good as a player as Rashid Shaheed. Don't get it twisted like that, Sam. But we could get this dude for like $3-4 million tops, and he would be a
Yeah.
perfect deep threat to add to what we already have. Tyquan Thornton, I'm pounding the table. He'd be just an amazing fit and value for this club right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I agree with some of the people on the chat too. Yeah, Shaheed's a luxury. I mean, we can't invest that much money into the wide receiver room when we got, JSN is going to be top receiver money in the market, and we're already paying Cooper Cup. What is it going to be? 18 mil? I forget what it's right around there. And so we can't be spending 50 something mil, 60, 70, whatever it is, just on the wide receiver room. Doesn't make any sense. But I've been hearing Juwan Jennings as a possibility, like a strong possibility, because of his run blocking. I'm not super excited about it. I mean, it's a decent move, but I've been hearing there's a decent possibility of that happening.
I don't see that one though either, Sam. Just because of what you just said, that's just too much money in the wide receivers room.
Yeah, but I don't think Juwan Jennings is going to be getting paid. I mean, he's on one of the boards I'm looking at, the 41st ranked free agent. He'd be coming in, I don't even know, probably 8, 7, 8, 9 would be my guess, mil a year. I haven't looked at it to confirm, but that's what I would appraise him at. And for a decent wide receiver who can block in the run game, spring some holes, it might be worth it, but I'm not super excited about it by any means.
Hits on deck says Woolen's hard to replace, and I look at Woolen's athletic profile. You can't replace his athletic profile at all. That's why Woolen's going to get a fat contract in free agency. I think he's going to get a way bigger contract than most of us really expect, and because it's that talent is so tantalizing, man. But I do feel that there are plenty of cornerbacks that could do a good enough job on the backside of these plays in this defense. And I can't say it enough, Sam. This Mike McDonald defense is clear as day to me. It's so important about the defensive front, and you simply can't pay everybody. We got Love, we got Warren, we got Witherspoon. Maybe we could do another value free agent. My number one guy, Chidobe Awuzie. He still got juice in the tank, man. He had a solid year for the Ravens. PFF has him as a top 15 cornerback this year. Chidobe Awuzie will be dirt cheap. I know everyone wants to go for the sexy guy, Sam. You brought up Awuzie, but here's the thing.
And Akuda,
The naysayers are going to be like, why is Awuzie on so many different teams, Sam? Number 2 cornerbacks. They just have to travel a lot because it's hard to find the matchup of who actually has the money to give a good contract to a number 2.
Yeah, and Akuda too. I mean, he's a high round pick, man. And John Snyder and them love their reclamation projects, bringing in someone who is a high round pick and kind of hasn't lived up to the billing and trying to turn him around. And they've had good success with it. So I think it's a smart move to try to do that one too. And also Jennings, yeah, he might say he hates us. So did Ernest Jones. M's lifer saying Jennings hates us. I mean, Sherm hated the 49ers. He signed there. You know what I mean? Money talks, and players' feelings, they get kind of smoothed over when they get paid. So,
oh, absolutely, as it should be, man. That's one thing I love about the sports business like that, man. That's one thing I love about that shit, dude. Well, this is fun. It's a little bit different, but it will be very shrewd of the Seahawks to just approach it how we know John's going to approach this thing, man. Everyone else is going to spend the high-flying dollars. And when John Schneider actually decides he wants to do a 9 o'clock as soon as it opens deal, it's for guys like Sam Darnold who lead the team to a Super Bowl. That's the shit I'm talking about. John Schneider's going to let everybody spend their money frivolously early unless there's a super key guy, and he nailed that one, brother.
What do you think about the little clip I sent you guys about us being one of the 5 teams calling about Jalen Carter? I didn't even know he was on the market.
It does not surprise me at all. What surprises me is what's up with Jalen Carter, and they're trying to ship him out of Philly. They just gave his old college teammate the bag. Jordan Davis got a huge extension. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, neither do I. I mean, I didn't know he was even they're taking calls on him at all. He would be a awesome guy to have talent-wise, but the whole thing, like I was saying a couple weeks ago, he could be the best player on the field when he wants to. It just doesn't seem that he usually wants to. He just doesn't have the grit and the drive to do it down in and down out. He can blow anyone up when he wants to.
Okay. Mariners lifer, Clowney's too old. He had a pretty good season for Dallas last year. Dante Fowler Jr. quietly had a pretty good season last year. And once again, man, we got to look at the value guys. And I am not looking for Clowney to be a superstar. I'm looking for a guy to replace Boye Mafe. Like I said off mic, man, like what's going on here right now? Because Boye Mafe is going to get paid by somebody. We're just not going to be able to compete with the other offers that are going to be out there for Boye. Yeah. So now Mike Morris is now entering the Boye Mafe snap count area. I have to have, in my opinion, with this defense, with this window, I need a better 4th edge rusher than Mike Morris. In a perfect world, we can draft some sort of badass like a Zion Young or an R. Mason Thomas, some rookie that's going to instantly provide a punch of juice off the edge. But I need some insurance, and no offense to Mike Mo, man, I just feel like we got to have a better 4th rusher there.
Yeah, I mean, shit, if it was people who I would want to sign, if that's what we're basing that list off of, I mean, Odafe Owe or whatever the fuck his name is, Trey Hendrickson, I would love them, but they're not going to happen. So we're kind of in the list trying to be a little more realistic about what we think John Schneider and them might be interested in. And, he's not spending the big money and getting bidding wars with the other teams and overpaying and blowing up the cap. So, yeah, I mean, I think our list is pretty on point for what we think John Snyder might have the wants to do. Like, where his head might be at in some of this stuff. But Thornton,
I see Dragons and I see Mariners lifer Sam talking about signing a cornerback, and I am really big on wanting to sign a veteran cornerback, and maybe that can be Josh Jobe also. But I want to just talk about insurance, man. No one likes paying insurance. But free agency happens first. You don't know how the draft is going to unfold. You don't know how that rookie is going to progress from training camp to week 1. If the Seahawks were able to tell the future, they wouldn't have signed Valdez-Scantling for $3 million. But they didn't know Torrey Horton would be Torrey Horton. And so you got to have these contingency plans. You got to have insurance in place. So I agree with the Dragon. I agree with Lifer. I agree with you. A veteran cornerback is necessary. And this is another position I would love to address, man. I would love to address this in our first 3 picks if the stars a line, but we got to have that insurance, man, because you don't know how the draft's going to unfold and free agency happens first.
I think Job is getting re-signed no matter what. I that's a foregone conclusion to me. We're not letting both Reek and Job go. I think that we just can't do that. And then Kobe, like we were talking about, I think he needs to stay because him and Love kind of let Mike Mack do what Mike Mack wants to do back there as far as playing three safeties all the time. And I really want to keep one of our strengths that kind of cemented our run for the Super Bowl is being able to be versatile and change things up in the back end there. So yeah, I think we definitely got to keep at least Job, and we got to keep our other safety Kobe, because we got to be able to keep it deep back there.
Yeah. And I mean, we can't get it twisted, man, because we've been talking so much about, Super Bowl MVP Ken Walker. Sam Darnold is just such a great redemption story. But let's not get it twisted, man. This Super Bowl 60 champion team was built on the defense. The offense came through and they really did their thing. The offense, the O-line, special teams, they all did their thing, but we cannot forget that it was built on defense, Sam. I don't want them to neglect the D completely just for the sake of team balance. And this is why I'm all for drafting another D lineman or edge rusher high in the draft. Make a strength of strength, man. And if you're going to be an ass kicker, let's keep kicking it, dude.
Yeah, defense and special teams, dude. Because our special teams came up clutch. Number one special teams in the NFL, one of the best ever. I mean, yeah. And I think some people are forgetting, the ones that freaking out about Shaheed, just how good Torrey Horton was back there as a returner. Because he took one to the house too, and he got injured. Hopefully he can stay healthy this next year, but I see big things coming up for him if he can stay healthy. In both the return game and as a receiver, which Shaheed didn't do too much as a receiver. 0 touchdowns in the running or the passing game for us.
Interesting. He had several big plays. I mean, the bottom line is, dude, we all see what's going to happen. Shaheed is going to have multiple bidders. Whenever you're trying to buy something, multiple bidders, we all know the price starts to skyrocket. Shaheed's just going to get out of control, I think, no matter how much we want him, man. Fun times, though. Fun times, man. Hey, let's speak on this. Our divisional rivals, a team that really should feel like they should make another Super Bowl run. The Los Angeles Rams trade a serious draft haul for cornerback Trent McDuffie. I think you might be a little bit lower than some of the national media, dog. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, I'm not super impressed with the trade because he's a slot corner. They already have a highly paid slot corner. When they moved him out to the outside, he got picked on consistently. And so which one are they going to put outside? Because they can't have 2 slot cornerbacks playing most of the game. So there's going to be holes that they're going to be able to exploit when they have that guy back there, McDuffie. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about it at all. He's a great slot cornerback, but he's not that good of an outside cornerback. I think they signed him and paid him to be an outside cornerback.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. Maybe they're gonna kind of look at it in a different light, dude. Maybe slot cornerbacks starting to evolve, and it's going to be a position more highly coveted. Sam, we're talking about all these offseason deals, and this young man's 3 years away from entering free agency if there was no extension. But Nick Emmanwori is going to be the weirdest contract ever, because he's on a track where the team is going to be like, no, we're going to pay you like a Sam linebacker, and they'll be like, fuck you, my guy is like a lockdown cornerback who is also an edge rusher he should get the pay. His agent's going to say Emmanwori should get the pay of 3 positions. So I'm just wondering if maybe the slot corner is going to go in a different direction. We'll see what happens there, though.
Well, slot corners are important, but you can't have fucking 2 of them out there most of the time. You can only have 1, unless you're going to be playing dime all game and you're just going to get fucking the ball pounded down your throat if you do that. So you can really only have 1. And I'm not impressed with the trade. I mean, he's a good player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and it's a pretty significant haul. And there's rumors that maybe they need to be a little bit aggressive right now, because Sean McVay's coached a really long time. He might want to have a sabbatical. He might want to leave the starts of coaching forever. there's all these rumors that him and Stafford are going to possibly leave together. So who
Really?
knows exactly what's
Oh
going on
shit.
there. Mariners lifer talking that shit though. M's lifer, my homie JSN scared the Rams into a grave mistake, and this can happen within rivalries because you want to win so bad, and your opponent has somebody that's so darn good. Well, hopefully that happens for our Seahawks, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of Bradley Chubb too. I know you're not too big on it, Ty, but I kind of like
Well,
Chubb.
he's gonna get a bit. He's another highly paid dude. This dude Bradley Chubb's gonna get another fat contract. He's gonna get one more fat contract. The Seahawks we don't have that in the biz right now
Yeah.
to do that shit.
Yep. Agreed. It's not a John Snyder move, but he would be great on this defense for sure. But this team wasn't quite built like that, man. We took a lot of free agents and stuff. We waited till day 2, day 3 of actual free agency, not pre-agency, and we made smart moves and we made the most of them. So, and John, I trust with these kind of moves, man. I'm not going to blindly follow everything, but I have faith in the process.
Well, and the one thing I'm gonna say about I'm gung ho about Crosby to a certain extent because it's all about how much are you gonna lose? Are we gonna lose 5 players and 2 draft picks? Like when you consider the money and who you leave in free agency, then maybe that doesn't actually equal better. And I just want to talk about the Seahawks have won 2 Super Bowl championships, Sam, and just a critical component in both was the depth of the pass rush. Let's go back to the very peak of the LOB, and I really wanted the Seahawks to go after Super Mario Williams. Super Mario on the free agency market.
Yeah.
He was a fantastic superstar at the time, and John Schneider got Michael Bennett and Cliff Averill, the supremely smarter move. It's about the pack of wolves, not the lone wolf.
Yeah, you got to keep those bodies fresh and have them kind of rotating like this. When you got your defensive linemen picking on the offensive linemen who don't get to rotate out, I mean, when you have fresh bodies in there, man, it really starts to add up and takes a toll on those guys. And they got to move backwards. I mean, the offensive lineman, it's just like cornerback, one of the harder positions. But yeah, I think that having the depth on the defensive line is huge.
Yeah,
especially now in the interior. Interior is kind of being where they're going to be putting a lot more money, in my opinion, because like I was talking about a few weeks ago, it's a straight line to the quarterback, and if you can overwhelm that interior, I mean, quarterbacks hate interior pressure. It's the thing that they can't have, and they can deal with the pressure on the outside a little bit, but when it's coming right in their face, can't step up into the pocket to get away from it. It's just a handful for sure.
100. Absolutely, Sam. Absolutely. And I'll even piggyback on to bring in the importance of that interior D-line group is within this scheme. We're going to have probably smaller, faster linebackers. We want to play 2 high safety as much as possible. You add in those factors within our own scheme as well. D-tackle becomes even more important, Sam, which is why a guy like Caden McDonald out of Ohio State, he might not necessarily seem like a dire need. I could see him totally being a Seahawks pick, Sam. And what's really funny is Caden out of Ohio State, he reminds me a lot of Jaron Breed. Like, he's going to play in the NFL, and he's going to get his bread and butter because he's a tough guy that can stop the run, but never get it twisted. He has a surprising amount of juice and quickness to affect the pass game as well.
Yeah, no, hell, if he has that kind of profile, that's fucking great. I haven't done enough of my draft research yet. I've been a little busy doing the parent thing, but
no worries. You know I'm a nerd about that shit. I got you.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean, Jaron Reed was a great pick by us, man. He came back after he went to Green Bay, and he's just been a solid piece for us for a long time. So I love that guy.
Leadership, man, leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to just put this out there. So, especially with the Bill Belichick model, it got so important to find 3-down players. But I think the later you get in the first round, you're drafting 32nd, you got to just find guys that can impact the game in any way. And sometimes the quote designated pass rusher gets a little bit of a negative connotation, Sam. But the Seahawks won Super Bowl 48 with Michael Bennett and Cliff Averill as DPRs. We won Super Bowl 60 with Boye Mafe and Derek Hall as DPRs. And this is where I'm going with like an R. Mason Thomas or, like I said, a Zion Young. Like, if we could get a real stud to add to the mix, a young horse that could learn and absorb so much information from the old dogs like Jay Reed and D Law and Big Cat, while also providing that juice and early in their career just be the DPR. Those DPRs can be the difference maker for championship teams, baby.
Yeah, they can. Now, the whole news about D-Law potentially still retiring kind of has me freaking out a little bit. I don't think we can afford to lose D-Law right now because he was so.
Well, we need one more year out of him to just help us recover. Because if you're just gonna tell me you're gonna lose D-Law and Mafe in the same offseason, now that's a major punch to the gut, dude.
Yeah. Just like you losing the two cornerbacks. I mean, we can't lose what made us great, and that defense is what made us great. So we got to keep some of the pieces for that. We got a bunch of money to sign players, but obviously we have a lot of good rookies that are gonna have contracts coming up soon, or first, second year players. So we gotta save some money for them, but our future's bright no matter what. We still have all the core components of what made our team great no matter what. Because we got Big Cat, we got Murphy right up in the middle. And so, yeah, I think we'll be good. We got Ernest Jones being the quarterback of that defense, Worry, Witherspoon. I mean, a lot of these players are kind of luxury, but they're kind of key luxury pieces, in my opinion. I think they can be picked up with depth in the draft and in free agency.
Yeah, and the cap situation looks great for 2027, so I don't think it's a huge issue to kind of max out this year, so to speak, in terms of the cap number, because even if we add in 40 million for JSN, we add in 30 million for Spoon, the Seahawks would still be like at 100 million under or so. So they're just managing shit extremely well. And another thing to John Schneider, man, we somehow won 9 and 10 game seasons while we just suffered such severe cap hits because it was such a mess with all these bad safety contracts, all these bad receiver contracts. It's finally getting cleaned up, and this was basically, I think, the first year of a relatively clean cap, and look what they did.
But we're going to pay Sam Darnold. I mean, too. We can't forget about that.
Yeah.
Quarterback money.
And I think
dude, yeah.
The long extensions is where both need to be. The long extension is where both can find the middle ground that both desire, that huge number. But Sam, we believe in you enough to extend this out. Let's make this, like, look at what Mahomes has done, like signing that 10-year contract. They renegotiate that goddamn thing every other year, and it just that way the quarterback can get all of that upper echelon money that he desires in more of a team-friendly manner. Hits on deck. Y'all know Brandon Cisse, the cornerback out of South Carolina, Sam. I like to come up with my own comps, and I struggled so badly on this because Cisse is good. He's not great in coverage. He's really only good in coverage, but he's so fast. He's so strong. He's so physical. He's so good at that catch point, breaking up passes at that catch point. Shout out to Bucky Brooks, man, because I don't like to take credit for one I didn't make up myself. Josh Norman.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. Josh Norman was a beast. So that's the comp there. Yeah. I'll take Josh Norman all day. Little shit talker, but yeah, I like that guy.
Big shit talker. That guy would have annoyed the living hell out of me playing that dude.
For sure. Yeah. Washington Jr., I think he'd be a good pickup too, man. He was an impressive back.
And see, okay, so Mike Washington Jr., I just absolutely love, man. I mean, let's put this out there, Sam. He is not King Henry. That's not what I'm saying. No, but his style is kind of King Henry. That, like, he's like that big. He's not really quick, but he is so effing fast that once that locomotive's going, you're in huge trouble. He's got really good vision, and I'd say he's discerning about dishing out punishment, which I do like, because this guy's so fast, man. If it's perfect blocking, he'll just run it for 70 yards and a touchdown. But he's also 225 pounds and will freaking truck over a DB. I'm a huge Mike Washington fan. I think he would really fit in on the zone scheme. The thing that sucks, though, Sam, like I said, it's really hard drafting at the end because 64 might be a little bit rich to be picking Washington there, but there's no way he's getting a 96 in my opinion. So do you trade down or just pick the guy you like?
Well, I mean, if there's opportunity to trade down, we kind of need to trade down, to be quite honest. At least we got to pick up. We can't go into the draft with the amount of picks that we have and keep it that way. We got to get a few more bites at the apple.
Yeah. Trading at 32 will be an advantage. Monitoring what happens with Ty Simpson will be critical in what kind of compensation the Seahawks could get. Sam, we both know if Ty Simpson's sitting there at 32 still, then that's the Seahawks' best opportunity for a team that wants to get up and get a player like that. Tyson B wants Washington Jr. to learn from King Henry. We'll call him the Prince. That's what I call him, Mike Washington Jr. from now on. He's the Prince in my book. But fun shit, man. And no surprise, Sam. No surprise. At number 4, I had to take an offensive tackle and kick him into right guard. It looks like super producer Indy at number 3 has an offensive tackle, kick him into guard. But it just happens with such great success, Sam. The success rate is just unbelievable when you do a Google search. Like Hall of Famers, starters, and everybody in between. It's just a great way to go.
Well, you know in college that their best player on the offensive line is going to be a tackle, and he might not profile that way into the NFL. So it makes sense moving tackles inside all the time, and it has a
100%.
Because it's going to be one of their best players on the field for the offensive lineman on the team. So yeah, that makes sense 100%. I can see that.
Well, and I mean, look at Gray Zabel. His athleticism, his footwork, the way he can hit moving targets, the way he's 30, 40, 50 yards downfield, that doesn't I think about some of the guards, that you would think in a previous era of football. We got Gray Zabel out there, and he has all the size and strength you could possibly want, dude. So it's just so fun. So fun. And you want to know why I love it, Sam? Because our Seahawks are Super Bowl 60 champions, and I really feel like we're going to lose some players we love, but there's no reason this team is not going to be in the mix next year, and I want to see how we go about building the puzzle again.
Yeah, no, I think we're good to make another run here. I mean, who knows if we'll get all the way to the bowl and the dance and win it again, but I think we have as good a chance as any team with the core that we have. Without
Absolutely. And you got to capitalize, Sam. That's why I'm just so happy about how it happened, man, because it seemed like it all happened so fast, from Geno Smith to Sam Darnold, the Super Bowl champions, and it's so easy to miss your window, man. Look at the Detroit Lions were up like 24-7, I believe, at San Francisco in the NFC title game. Some frivolous 4th down calls, and all of a sudden they're wondering if they're ever going to be able to just get back to the championship game level. Speaking of the San Francisco 49ers, they've had several great opportunities in the last 5-10 years, let's say, and they haven't been able to capitalize and break on through, man. You just never know. It's so hard to make the Super Bowl. If I told you that Sam Darnold would be the champion and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen would have still never even have made it, Sam, this is how hard it is, and this is why you got to capitalize. I'm so glad they did.
What do you think about the possibility of the Geno Smith reunion tour with the Jets? I think that'd be hilarious. I can see him doing it.
Proves they're tanking. It proves they're tanking, man. Oh my gosh, they're doing everything they can for Arch Manning, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would be hilarious, to be quite honest. Try to rekindle the kind of magic that they had for that 1 year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's
what magic, man.
Well, he had a good start to his career, man. They had a good first year. I mean, it wasn't a great first year, but he had a promising first year.
The Jets have so many giant holes. Their head coach is falling asleep in the combine. I mean, come on. We can talk all the shit we want about our teams, but just go to bed saying, thank God we don't like the Jets.
Yeah, for sure. Thank God we're not Jets fans.
I mean, even when they smoke you on a trade like that Jamal Adams deal, they didn't capitalize.
No, they got Garrett Wilson. I mean, they didn't actually capitalize having Garrett Wilson, but that was one of the players they picked up. So, yeah.
Great pick.
For sure.
When you strike out on quarterback and left tackle, that's
Well,
how we find out how you are as a GM.
like my theory is, I mean, they're not a bad drafting team. They're just bad at drafting a team.
Yeah. Well, they whiffed at left tackle and quarterback, Sam. You're right. They have countless hits in that last regime, but everyone got fired because if you whiff on quarterback and left tackle, all those other guys don't really mean dick. But then if you have all these other great players and you have Sam Darnold and Charles Cross, bam, let's win a freaking Super Bowl.
Yep, you know exactly. But they don't build a cohesive team that can function together, too. I mean, they just have a bunch of miscreants all the time and poison guys in the locker room, and you can't really win that way. You can't. A couple bad apples can ruin the whole bunch, man. It's like you fucking buy a thing of strawberries. One's bad, and it just tanks the whole fucking thing of it. So yeah, no, I'm
Okay,
not.
dude, I want to do something here, man. Completely on the spot. I just thought about. I mean, we both love this player, dude. If not the Seahawks, where would you like to see Ken Walker end up?
AFC team.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, not the Broncos though, because I think
People be talking about the Chiefs quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to see that either, to be quite honest. Because give him to the Dolphins. I don't know, like Browns, anyone. Like, I don't want to play him in the playoffs. He's explosive. So yeah,
Fair enough.
Super Bowl.
I think the
I like
Tennessee Titans will offer him a gigantic contract. We'll see if a better organization dips down. I was thinking K9 to the Houston Texans, but with the David Montgomery trade, I'm not so sure anymore. Either way, there's going to be a huge market for K9, as we know. If you can make explosive plays, you have value.
Yep, yeah, and he's a home run hitter, dude. Like, yeah, I think once we made that change at running back coach, it really just brought out the best in him because he had his best few weeks ever once we made that change. So yeah, that's what really is sad about losing him now because we could have re-signed him if he hadn't quite gone off quite like he did. But yeah, we'll miss him.
Sunday evening, I don't think
Jets
the Patriots are in the mix
guy
for K9. Him and Trevion Henderson are just way too similar. Oh, Sam,
yeah.
I can't take it anymore. We still got, almost 2 months till the draft. We only got a couple weeks till Major League Baseball, man. And so just a little programming note, y'all, when baseball officially starts, then we're going to kind of flip it a little bit, but we're really diving deep into these two, man, because there's just so much love for the NFL. There's a ton of love for the MLB. I mean, I pretend like I like the NBA, but it's really, I'd never watch a game at all. It's only what I watch on TikTok. So who am I to say? I didn't even know the Warriors suck, Sam, because I'm still watching Steph Curry highlights.
Yeah, I don't watch any basketball.
I knew you would know less.
Yeah, I've sworn that shit off since the Sonics left, dude. I've had a few people try to get me to watch the game, and I can last for a couple minutes. And I'm like, I don't know, fuck this. I'm still too bitter. Can't handle it.
Real
Can't
talk.
handle it. Yeah.
World Baseball Classic, man. Some of the Mariners are doing well. Julio Rodriguez with the home run recently, and Cole Young with a couple of home runs in spring training. I don't really know the quality of pitchers guys are playing right now because you never know in spring training, and a lot of the good ones are off playing for their countries right now. But that's huge news, Sam. Cole Young can get going, man.
Nate Anderson, he's looked fucking sharp. Yeah, he looks good too.
There is a semi-realistic chance, Sam, that we see Cade this summer.
Yeah, which is I heard that projected last year. Like, there's a chance that would happen. It all depends how he did, at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I think there's a really good chance we could see him. And it sucks that Bryce Miller. I hope Bryce Miller's oblique isn't too serious because that's something. If it's actually a pretty decent injury that can really linger for a long time. So the Mariners don't seem to be too worried about it, but it worries me.
I mean, he had a really rough year with injuries anyways. We were all surprised he had such a fantastic postseason, just given on all the struggles during the regular season, which is going to make it all the more important of the development of these pitchers. We need Emerson Hancock at his best. We need Ryan Sloan to develop. We need Cade Anderson to develop. I'm pumped, man. Cole Emerson will eventually be that guy. I'm not sure exactly when right now, Sam. Time will tell. Time will tell, man. It's right around the corner, though.
What do you think about the Mariners having? Is it what 6 players in the Major League Baseball top 100? Have you heard about that?
I love it. I love
Oh
it,
yeah,
man.
2 in the top 10 with Julio and Cal. I think Cal was 6, Julio was 9, something like
Well, they're the
that.
best players. Julio's the best center fielder in baseball. Cal Raleigh's the best catcher in baseball. Frickin' deal with it.
Yep, yep. And then Munoz. I mean, kind of a snub in my opinion, but he would. I mean, he's a closer. I don't know how many they had on that list, but God, he's one of the best fucking closers in the game. It kind of sucks he got left off, but we got
Munoz
6.
is the top 5. He's a top 5 closer at least. Absolutely.
Yeah, top 3. I mean, can you name 3 better than him? I don't know. I don't think I can. He's a stud.
Chapman, Mason Miller. Okay, maybe Munoz is third. Okay.
Yeah. I think Munoz is a stud. He's a stud.
Bargain too, man. Great shopping there. Dude, I mean, we've been talking. It's all about the market right now. You know, if you're a sports fan, man, the NFL free agency, the draft, and these guys are marketing themselves, man. It's really a crazy thing. And I hope all of them get the best deals they possibly can. But I also truly hope my Seahawks are able to keep as many of them as possible, man, because sometimes it's a tough business, man. And I just want to leave this with you, Sam, and you can take it for what it's worth. Looking back, it feels like it was honestly a giant mistake to re-sign Sean Alexander when they did. Like, it hurts me really bad that we're going to be saying goodbye to Ken Walker. But looking back in 5 years, we're probably going to say it was the right move.
But you know, goddamn, just as well as I do, why that fell apart, Ty. You know just as well as I do. Hutch. We lost Hutch. It all fucking fell apart.
Yeah,
That's
well,
exactly
if you don't re-sign a running back to a top of the market deal, then you don't have to worry about messing around with Hutch. It's all connected. If we kept Hutch and Mo Morris, man, that team's still fucking humming.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, he fell off a fucking cliff right when we signed him. I mean, that when he was, a run out of fucking bounds type of running back, who really saw that coming? You can't. He had a guy with MVP performance. He wasn't just like a fucking Super Bowl, like league MVP. You can't. I mean, the fans would have fucking rioted.
Okay, I'll give you that. But still, a Super Bowl. We're about to let Super Bowl MVP walk. Like, why couldn't you let MVP walk?
Because there's a big difference. I mean, what do you mean? One's a one-game MVP, the other one's an MVP throughout the whole fucking year.
Steve Hutchinson's been in the Hall of Fame, was a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Touchdown record, Ty. The touchdown record that year. Did you forget that? Who would have seen him go
Walter Jones in the Hall of Fame. Steve Hutchinson in the Hall of Fame. Sean Alexander not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there's a reason I was still bitter about the Vikings until this year. Like a couple weeks ago, when I finally forgave him for this shit. So, yeah. Dude,
Texas Power Rangers on your side, man.
Yeah, dude, you can't let him go after that. But we could have kept Hutch. We had the money for Hutch. On the franchise tag. We could have paid him franchise tag money. It was a dumb shit move by Ruskell. It pisses me off thinking about it. Be quite honest.
I mean, I want it on record all the time. Losing Steve Hutchinson is the worst move in Seattle sports history.
Yeah, one of them.
Even worse than the Sonics move.
I'm with you on that one, Ty.
Okay, I actually have. I reminded myself of something. I have one more nugget I really want to drop, and then I'm pretty much out of gas, man. But
yeah.
We were talking about Steve Hutchinson, and he is a quote senior executive in the Seahawks organization now. He's been with them since 2020. We're in the evaluation season right now, and the Seahawks draft and development of offensive linemen has gotten immensely better since Steve Hutch has been in this front office role, Sam. But even the best evaluators like Hutch has been invaluable to the Seahawks O-line improvement. Even the best evaluators get shit wrong. Steve Hutchinson was an absolute pound the table. I 100% believe in Christian Haynes. And Haynes is still TBD, but it's just a friendly reminder, man, that even the very best in this business are going to miss.
Yeah, no, I mean, who the hell is going to bat 1,000? No one. I mean,
Well, if
I
you look
trust
at
Hutch
Twitter,
is
they don't
high.
think that they bat 1,000 on their fucking picks.
Who does?
Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Twitter's
Fucking
never
Twitter.
missed a pick, man. There's a lot of
Uh,
people that think that they never missed a pick.
Twitter's a cesspool. I fucking stay
It
off of it.
absolutely is. I'm just saying, man. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I'll venture over to Reddit before I venture over to Twitter.
Smart
So,
man, smart man. I only follow
yeah.
one person, so there's that for you, Sam. We've done a lot of Seahawks, a lot of Mariners, man. Is there anything else you want to get at the people?
Um, No, man, I'm just excited for this baseball season, man. I think we have a good team this year. I think we're gonna.
Yeah, and I want
I'm
the
excited
every
to
day.
get
I
it
love the
going.
every day. Baseball is like a comfy little blankie to me, man. Just that every day of
It's
baseball,
two
man.
totally different feelings for the season. One's an anticipation that builds up throughout the week. The other one is it's a long grind of ups and downs. But you know what I mean? I love them both, so yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, and we'll dig into it, man. Too. Texas Rangers, they made some big moves, bringing in a premier arm and premier might be stretched, but Mackenzie Gore, extremely talented player that could be a difference there, dude. Our shout out to Tyson B, man. Frickin' A, the Orioles bringing in Taylor Ward, bringing in the polar bear. That's some major league protection for their young hitters. But Sam, you could call me a homer all you want, but the wise guys tell us the Mariners have the third best odds at the World Series, and I see a team that should be a top 5 World Series contender. Period.
Well, when you look at the American League, it's not hard to see why. I mean, it's just like last year. There's not a Dodgers of the American League this year. So I think would be we're not the closest to that. I mean, we're not the Dodgers, but I mean, I think we're the favorites in the American League. Us and the Yankees, my guess.
And someone's got to get the Dodgers, man. Let's not forget the Toronto Blue Jays are a secondary lead away from winning the World Series, man. Someone's got to get these Dodgers. And I put it on all these other teams, man. You can't let somebody win 3 straight. You can't be a respectable franchise and allow another motherfucker in your league to win 3 straight. Someone's got to put their foot down.
That's the truth. It's gonna be the Mariners this year. Gonna be the Mariners.
Let's
It's our
do it,
year,
baby.
baby. It's our
Let's
year.
do it. Dude, I
Mhm.
mean, this is a really deep lineup. I love Brendan Donovan. We're going to be able to score runs. Josh Naylor, man. Randy Arozarena going down to the 5 hole, going down to maybe the 6. Where these guys, no more Randy Arozarena leadoff. That's not
Yeah.
his style of hitting. That's
No.
just absurd. Brendan Donovan, just a perfect fit. Great
Yes.
puzzle piece.
Yeah. The versatility he has too is huge. Because when it comes to
That
the rookies,
flexibility.
we can have him go in one position or the other, and whatever rookie's stepping up, we can put him where in his main position. Is there something going on with JP right now? I've been hearing rumbles. Is he hurt or something?
Well, he's had a shoulder problem, so he's working his way back to be able to throw at full strength. This is a guy who has some of the worst range in the league. He has a below average arm already. So needless to say, Sam, I'm worried. I am.
Move him to second.
I wish we could have a while ago.
Yeah.
There might be a little bit of baseball politics here, man. And it depends on where they truly think the development is for Colt Emerson, Sam. But I really follow the socials for Arkansas and Tacoma and Everett. I follow the minor league socials really well because they put up great videos, man. And Colt Emerson is going to be a 2 to 3 time Gold Glover. I watch.
Yeah, no, I don't think the politics are going to matter when Colt comes up. I think Colt is going to take that shortstop position, and we're going to move JP.
Well, what if it happens within the first 20 games of this season?
Great. That means he's doing good. Let's see it. It doesn't bother me, man. It doesn't bother me.
Okay, because this is what gets. So what if Cole Young's playing well then too? Does JP end up possibly being somewhat of a bench player in his last year as a Mariner?
I don't know if you can have 2 rookies starting on a championship contending team. It's possible if they both are going off
The middle together.
Yeah. I mean, it would be really good or really bad. I don't think there's a lot of middle ground there. I don't. Yeah, it's possible. We'll see what happens. It makes me nervous. I'll say.
Dude, it has so rarely happened where there is like serious competition for roster spots for the positional players, Sam. This has rarely happened in Mariners history where we're having good problems because now I'm thinking, well, if Cole's ready, JP, we got Donovan, we still got Rayleigh, we still got Robles, we still got Canzone, we still got Ref Snyder, but these are the problems you need to have if you want to try to win the World Series.
Yep, absolutely. It's gonna be a fun year.
Let's do it, baby. Well,
Hell
y'all
yeah.
know what time it is. Sam, anything else for the people, or should we hit it?
Nah, have a great week, everyone. We'll see you guys next week. And go Mariners. World champs, baby. World champs.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Super Bowl 60 champs. Y'all know
Mhm.
Indy reps the Seahawks in Nashville, Tennessee. The king of country music down there. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services. Shout out to the homies in the live chat. Thank you for all the energy. Shout out to my homie Sam, who will mess around and get a triple double. It's your boy Ty here. My, oh my. It's another sports podcast.
See you next week.